Today we are going to be uncovering lust. As of right now, we know that we exist as individuals, we know that I exist, and we know that God exists. We know that love exists. That's synonymous. God and love are the same thing as far as how I'm going to explain stuff. Now, the lust is also going to be synonymous with the devil, so I'm going to keep those two together also. Okay, we know that God loves us. He loves everybody. It's kind of his thing. But the question is, who has chosen to love back? Who has chosen to love God back? To reciprocate the love that he has shown towards us? Well, I know I have personally. I know other people who have. But I also know other people who have not. Who have chosen not to love back. Chosen to forget God exists. Keep him out of mind. But we're going to be talking about what lust does to those people. How the devil takes over, in a sense, the minds of the people who choose to ignore God. So the true question is, what do these people do with the purpose that God has given them? Because, as we've discussed, love is the only thing that has given us purpose. So if you don't love, and you can't even choose to love the God who created you, then what are you doing with your purpose? And there are actually two routes that you can go whenever the devil tries to divert your attention away from God, other than killing you. He can dilute the love. He can dilute love. The devil can dilute God and make him look like he's less than what he is, and he's like not as great as he appears to be. And for those people, they choose to become indifferent to love. They know that it's there, but it doesn't affect them. They don't care about what happens to their own bodies. They don't care what happens to other bodies. They're just flown in the wind and whatnot. There's another kind of people who choose to... What the devil does is that they hide love. They keep it for themselves. Every single bit of love, they just consume it within themselves, and it is hidden from what they do. And for those people, what they do is they lust for love. All they do is they want the love to come to them without having to have love go out towards other people. All they want is for the love to come towards them without having to go out. And yeah, they lust for love, and they only focus on the well-being of their own bodies, not the well-being of anyone else but their own. With this mindset, when you hide love, it becomes a dog-eat-dog world, in essence. That's pretty right. Okay. Now we know that lust is out there, and lust is kind of something that is used to... I guess it takes the place of love in your heart. Instead, like, you could be showing love towards other people, but instead of having that in your heart, you choose to lust for other things, like love, in essence. Yes. And so since lust has replaced love in their hearts, and lust is out there, we need to get into what lust really is and stuff. Yeah, I'll just keep going. I for the questions of who I am and who God is, I asked all the questions: who, what, when, where, why, how. Yeah. And I'm going to do the same thing for lust. Now, some of these things are, I guess, a little bit subject to debate, especially the where lust is. Like, I'll go ahead and start with where, because I have what I personally wrote down at first was, where is lust? I at first put lust in a special cursed place that is called lust's container, otherwise known as hell. But I decided not to call them that, because the truth is, the absolute truth is that lust is everywhere, except where perfect love is at. Where there is perfect love, there is no lust in it. But everywhere else, there is lust. I guess there is a place, I guess lust container is the best place. This is the best way to put it, that lust's container is the place where perfect lust abides. Where that is like really the only place where God has chosen not to abide. The difference between heaven and hell is that the devil cannot get into heaven because it doesn't want to. It wants to pull away from God. But God has chosen not to go into lust, because God has chosen not to go into hell, because he just lets it be and goes away. I guess that's the difference, and I guess I should reiterate that God is not everywhere, because hell is a place and God's not there. But God is everywhere but there, and that's all that matters to us, because we are not in hell right now. So as far as we are concerned, in our physical bodies, God is everywhere. But also, lust is everywhere according to our physical bodies, so we should be aware of that. Now, who is this lust character? Who is this person that in culture we call the devil? And this is what I wrote up. And you might hear some stuff that I said earlier. Lust is the lowest being. And his predictable goal in life is to first dilute. So he first makes love appear less than what it is, and then he hides love, making it look like it's not even there at all, and then ultimately destroy love, try to wipe it out completely, so that you don't have to hide it anymore. You can just deal with it and be gone with it. That's the devil's goal, is to steal, kill, and destroy, as popular Christian culture says, but I thought kill and destroy was kind of redundant, and really the biggest tactic that the devil uses is that he has to first dilute love in order to steal and kill it. Like if a robber is trying to get into a bank, he won't go into a bank that has ultra high security or something. He'll go into a bank that has diluted security, like minimum security, really. And then he'll go and steal and destroy the economy of stuff. So that's who. And what is lust? Pay attention here. Lust is the common longing for anything that would bring well-being to your own body. You can lust for just about anything. I can lust for food because it will bring well-being to my body. Now that, like, oh, nutrition, energy, I need that. Oh, I really need that. Of course, you can love food and you can lust for food. Like proper nutrition and gluttony